So back to the video on the collection. So far we're getting progress. So yeah, this next pair was a hyped pair, 2023, that was coming out. It was a LaMelo Ball MB2. What the Galaxy Iridescent Paris Milan tour release. So this shoe was like real crazy hyped. He was bringing out something like different, something with color, something crazy that was like really like a eye catcher. The first couple of pairs he released, I kind of just wasn't really digging those. Those were like nothing crazy for me. I was just waiting for the crazy pair to come out. And finally this pair had came out. It was the first pair that caught my eye. So he had this Puma LaMelo Ball tour through like France, Italy, Paris, Milan, all these different places like London, and every place he went to, he dropped a shoe or a certain style of shoe. So this was the one for Europe, Milan, Paris. It was gonna release across seas, but then is also was gonna release in the U.S. at a certain date on release. So I was just kind of sitting tight to see like how I could get my hands on it and when it was gonna come out. I followed a lot of Instagrammers just to find out like who had the shoe. I noticed a lot of people in the Philippines were already getting the shoe early. No one in the U.S. really could get their hands on it besides like Mello. And then when he went on his tour, a lot of the kids out there in Europe had him, I guess, at these events. So I just wanted the OG pair, whether it be from Puma or Foot Locker. A lot of his shoes release at Foot Locker, Champs, and off of the Puma website. So I was going for the pair that was going to release at Foot Locker just because they do business with Nike and their material and quality is better. So I couldn't get those. For some reason, the raffle, it didn't let me purchase it. So then I tried Champs, and then I immediately purchased it through Champs. But then they sent me an email saying that the shoe was not available. So at that point, I basically scrambled to the Puma website after they had already been released, and then ordered them that same day on the Puma website and just sat tight, and they finally came in. But yeah, you have the Mellow MB2 Iridescent, What the Galaxy, crazy hype shoe. Never really seen anybody really surfacing this shoe. It's still available, I believe, like on websites for like resale, but the retail pairs, they're like long gone. This is just very rare. I got my hands on the pair from Puma, so 100% keeping it real. This is like the real deal, good quality. So you have like this translucent cheetah print with this rare logo, and then his Carolina color blocking with like a tangerine fluorescent color, going through like a flaming like orange purplish iridescent into a neon galaxy, and then you have some iridescent hits on the logos for the heel, and then you have his rare logo with like some fluorescent galaxy iridescent colors. Pretty dope shoe, nylon material, a lot of little graphic details from his logos. But yeah, that's another banger just to have for the collection. So then going with the Mellow Balls, started to get into his shoes more and pay more attention to his releases after that first one, just because it was just a crazy drop. So then he came out with another pair. This was the recent pair, and then the other pair came out before this pair, but this was the Dexter's Laboratory MB3 hypnotic TV static disruption with the, like a speckled splattered paint bottom, with his TV color commercial way on the bottom, and an all black lower midsole with his alien handprint on the bottom. And then you have these Dexter Laboratory colors from the Cartoon Network, Dexter's Laboratory. You have characters from Dexter's Laboratory on the shoe. And then you have his like psychedelic logos. So this was released around the F1 Las Vegas Grand Prix Puma collaborations at the time. And then the Powerpuff Girl SB Dunk release, but this was the one I wanted. I didn't care for the Powerpuff Girls. This was the shoe I wanted. But yeah, this is just a Dexter's Laboratory collaboration. A little bit about the shoe. The Easter egg is this is kind of continued from the SB Powerpuff Girls. This was kind of related to that, so it was kind of like a continuation of the cartoon. A little bit of another Easter egg is supposedly that they're not finished with this whole silhouette or this whole theme going on, so it's kind of continuing. But yeah, this is a pretty dope shoe, pretty rare. I picked those up, I believe off of Champs. I got them early access because, or actually I got them on the release, the day it was released, because I didn't want to wait for the Puma website to ship and launch them. So I just picked them up on the day of the release, which they weren't on shelves. I had to ask employees to bring them out on that day. It was just like a slept on release date, but I just kind of stayed on point. So this next one is the one that came out before that. That was another hype release. It was the MB3 LaMelo Ball Puma La France from his design team, with the alien slime and the alien green. And then you had this like European brown color. And then throughout the whole shoe, you had this Versace pattern. Some people would say it's a Supreme pattern, but it's actually based off of Versace pattern. And then you have the alien's hand ripping through the whole shoe. This kind of was like, I want to say like a backflash to the Grinches. So nobody really knew that this was like a colorway of that, but he based it off the alien. Pretty dope shoe, man. This is just ridiculous. All the material and patterns that he put on this shoe. So La France is his designer team. They design a lot of his clothing. So he was paying respect to them. And then he just put like the green slime alien. And then the Versace pattern through the whole shoe. This was like crazy shoe. So I'll do this last one, or this next one real quick, and then another video. So this was like kind of the shoe that started the collection. One of the pairs. It's the AJ 37 hair colorway, color blocking, whatever you want to call it. The Air Jordan 37 from the Bugs Bunny. So a little bit about the shoe. I picked this up off of Nike. It was a last minute thing. I was looking for something crazy, something hype. Everybody was sleeping on these shoes, saying that they ripped, they're cheap material. It showed one of the NBA players, Zion Williams, wearing a pair in college and ripping, which this was not that shoe. He was wearing different shoes. He wasn't wearing Jordans. But people were just making all this bad vibe about the shoe. To me, pretty dope. Slept on. You have like the 11 low mesh material that you can see through when you wear socks. It's a hyper dunk material that they took from all the hyper dunks that were going crazy for. They put it on the Jordan. Finally, they released something with like a hyper dunk Jordan. People don't know that. If you know, well, now you know. If you don't know, this video will let you know Basically, it's like a Jordan Hyper Dunk. So Michael Jordan did design these shoes, the 37. He had his design team specifically design this shoe. So if you're familiar with all the Jordans, and if you're a sneakerhead or sneaker collector or some kind of nostalgic sneaker enthusiast, you know that the Jordans are all numbered from 1 to 38. This year being the 38 is the newest release. So this was last year's silhouette of Jordans. It is the 37. He has numbers 1 through 38, which is all the shoes he's created in his career. So this is the 37th. The original one is white, black, orange, purple, but this is just the color PE of a hair. So yeah, pretty dope shoe. Had to pick this up. Must cop. So I'll do another video on the next pair.